This is Gemstones and Whiskey, an Outlander podcast. I'm Ashley Alexandra.
And I'm Reena Ezra.
And this is episode 13, The Watch.
We're playing it after the opening credits now. We're getting into it, guys. We are nearing the end of season 1.
It's getting real.
We already know what's coming,
I'm
but
stress sweating. Just thinking about it.
Yeah, already in mental preparation. So where we left off, just a reminder, Jamie is held at gunpoint by these random men who just bursted into his their Lullybrock, right?
Yeah.
Still at the house, downstairs under this beautiful chandelier. This candle light holder.
I'm obsessed with the decoration
in their
Lullybrock.
house. Yeah, agreed, for sure. Like, I feel like they don't get one moment. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
to
if
breathe?
it's yeah, immediately something bad happens.
Never.
Like, I don't even like that stress with work.
Yeah.
It's like, 9 to 5 or whatever. If I'm on the clock, like let me have my tea.
Yeah.
Like, don't even bother me. Imagine I gave that same attitude back then. Where I was like, I've sent so many emails already. Don't interrupt me with your gun. I can't right now.
Imagine, this isn't good for my mental health.
And you're just
in the 1700s. You're like, okay.
Clutching your, what is that crystal? With, good, to put good
Quartz?
vibes out oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Where you're manifesting good energy?
Yeah.
Is that, that's what it's called?
Wait, what are you saying?
The crystal?
Oh, well, there's different crystals for different things.
Well, I'd have all of them.
Citrine. I think citrine is a...
You know your crystals.
Maybe. Someone should fact check me.
Sorry, totally sidetracked.
All right, so if things were real tense, and now they're still, kind of tense. So Jenny came in and was like, hey, Taryn, put that gun down. But she clearly was still a little anxious.
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out that these men are what they call the Watch. So essentially, they travel around to the different, let's call them villages or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, we know the Redcoats give you a hard time. So how about you give us a little something, something, and we'll try and keep that trouble to a minimum.
Yeah. As if they're actually keeping it at bay.
Right.
Like, really?
Meanwhile, they're not. So they're just essentially doing exactly what the Redcoats do.
They're skimming off the top. Yeah.
And taking money and taking food.
And this is obviously an unannounced visit. It's a surprise.
Yeah.
And then, all of this is new. There's going to be a lot of new stuff for Jamie to be accustomed to. Be like, oh, this is what's been going on? Because he has not been here in many years.
Yes, and let's also not forget that Jamie still technically has the price on his head.
Yeah, that's right. It has not been cleared.
He's supposed to be pretty much laying low, because if the Redcoats find out that he's there.
But it's so hard for him. I mean, he doesn't even ask for this trouble, and this stuff just comes to his doorstep.
Absolutely.
He would love to lay low, but now there are people who were pretending to, do them a favor against the Redcoats, and it's like, you can't trust anybody.
Well, and I do think, too, it's a little bit of, I don't know, he's kind of a dreamer. In his mind, he wanted to bring his wife back to his hometown.
Yeah.
Because he wants to enter a new phase of life, but also, doesn't take into account that there are real dangers with that. And yes, you want to assume that you're amongst family or community and they're not going to rat you out, but still there are threats that I think he was wrapped up in the wonder and the beauty of the idea of just returning home and kind of playing house.
Yeah.
And this has now kind of come to an end. Also, Jenny is very pregnant.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, let's start making some food. But I'm pretty sure Jenny is probably having some early labor, I think.
Yeah, also stress-induced. Okay, yeah. How's she able to manage all this stuff while having, a baby inside her, and then it's not going to cause pain? And now, look, she probably has a contraction.
There we go, full-on contraction.
breathe,
and
relax.
Jamie,
I mean, breathe and relax.
Like, I don't know what to do.
He's like,
also, how
do babies work?
They call it a bairn. How cute is that?
So cute.
You don't think it's cute?
No, I just never
right.
thought of it, actually.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
I think it sounds cute in a Scottish accent, not an American accent.
Yeah.
Bairn.
Yeah, no, way better than bastard.
Yes. Well,
Way
bairn
better.
is just baby. It's
I know.
not bastard.
I know, I was just thinking of other B names people call.
Gotcha, okay. Went right to bastard.
Children,
Got it.
Yeah. You know, that's not good.
I still love me some Ian. I have to say, I think Ian is my man.
One-legged man. Yeah.
Man all the same.
Still all the same.
Like,
yeah.
I think he is my series all-star.
Oh, really?
In terms of, like, show husband. You know what I mean?
Okay. Interesting.
He's
a
got
hot
a great
topic.
smile.
New news to me. Yeah.
He's got a great smile.
I do like his peg leg.
I mean, it's cool.
It's
character. He's got character.
The ponytail.
And he also, like, is really good at diffusing situations. Like, he just has a good energy.
Yes.
And that is so important to me.
Yes.
Like, the most important.
I was gonna ask you, like, what was the essential quality, and you just said it, diffusing the situation, because he is also Scottish, right? Is he Scottish?
Oh yeah.
So, like, for him, amongst
yes.
all the other hot-headed people in
Correct.
the room, and he's the one who's
he's
able
a little
to
refreshing.
yeah, you know, I think maybe we spoke about it earlier, but it is a nice balance with him and Jamie's sister. That's how that relationship works, you know?
I love that.
She's, you know, stubborn. Like, Jamie and his sister are very similar.
Yeah, hot-headed, stubborn, they think they're right.
But also, you know, strategic thinkers.
Correct, and
also,
particular, and
yeah, can also be democratic when need be. I don't like how, what's his name again? Taryn?
Yeah,
I don't
but
like how this dude's just here eating.
It's not. It's, Taryn is what, Jenny called him, but...
What is his real name?
That's what's his face.
Yes, the old what's his face. We'll come up with that name shortly.
He's the one that, Jamie went to go see, who said that he knew,
No, his name's Taryn McQuarrie.
Oh.
That's his actual name. Taran.
Wow, I'm confusing. Sorry, everyone.
Not all Scottish people look alike, Ashley. Wow.
Well, you know what? I stand corrected. I apologize for my
way to get us
ignorance.
Canceled.
And I hope to move forward with
I hope you
care and respect.
Yeah. Thank you for your growth. What a nice also anytime I eat them, I was saying what a nice like dinner display, because anytime I do see them eat, it does make me hungry, even though I never know what they're eating. Sometimes it just looks like bread and chicken.
Well, and we're now
beans.
entering into like cold weather and like homey meals, and so like everything soup. They eat is like what I want to eat.
Good.
Like I want stew and roasted chicken.
Yes.
And like I want just a hunk of like ripped off piece of bread.
Yeah. Oh.
With everything that I eat.
I love bread. I would not be able to let it go.
There's nothing better.
I have in a separate podcast. I had a conversation with a friend about top breads. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to ask you, what is your top bread?
Italian bread.
Okay.
Like a good Italian bread.
With like oil?
With a little bit of like sesame seeds on top.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That crunch, when it's got the nice crunch on the outside and soft on the inside.
So good. And it's a little more airy than French, like a French baguette.
Yes.
Which it would be a very close second for me, I think.
I like the airiness.
That's my all-time. Now, if you're talking about what do I eat on a regular basis, I do like the 12 grain, like...
sliced bread?
Not great.
Or the 12 grain rolls or whatever?
Yeah, like the sliced bread. Sometimes I'll do like the Ezekiel bread, or I'll do Dave's, whatever.
I love the specificity.
What about you?
Yeah, okay, top bread, naan. on a regular basis.
I forgot about naan.
How could you forget the naan? God. It's none of your business.
For sure, that's like third for me.
It's on a regular basis. Yeah, I would probably I'm probably eating like oh gosh, I do love challah bread though. Challah rolls. I probably eat tortillas most often, actually.
You know, there's nothing better than when you're like, I'm really hungry, but I'm hungry, but I'm not starving. Like, more so I just want to, like, eat. Do you know what I mean?
And bread fills you up.
You take out a tortilla and...
It just... Well, because I made homemade baba ganoush the other night, and then I just had tortilla. I didn't have pita bread, and I was just like, this would... Oh, yeah.
Did it come out good?
Oh, it was so good. The best baba ganoush I've ever made. Yeah. Also, Jordan loves it. So
awesome.
That's a stamp of approval.
Yum.
Because he's a really good chef. Yeah, you know, you just cook the... I mean, people look up stuff on Pinterest.
Yeah.
That's a great source for recipes.
I wanted to make... there's this blogger that I follow. She's on Instagram. Is where I follow her. Half Baked Harvest.
Oh, I love that name.
Yeah, and she had a butter chicken and like garlic naan recipe that I've had saved that like I just don't ever have the effort to make all of that stuff. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But man, do I want to make some naan.
That day will come. You'll do it all right. Would you pair it with any kind of wine? Or you just pair... Do you pair... do you ever think about when you're like, ooh, I'm reserving this meal, this recipe to cook? Like if it's fish, if I am cooking fish.
I know that should be the way.
No, it doesn't have to be the way.
I'll be honest. I don't really drink a lot, like, at home, like, with dinner. I'm more of a social drinker.
Got it.
Although my boyfriend works for a beer distributor, so he's like constantly giving me beers and
you get to try
ciders
stuff,
and stuff. Yeah, pretty cool.
Just like the Scots, they drink. Well, not like the Scots. They drink socially and
privately. Like a 1700 Scottish man, like a hard seltzer. And was like,
here, try this cherry hard seltzer. Oh no! Imagine you gave a Scottish man like the Bud Light seltzers. You just gave him... Oh, no. Here, Jamie. Try this White Claw. Tell me which flavor you like. He'd be like, what is this? Lemonade?
Yeah.
They had lemonade back then, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, they're actually right. Lemons are not... They wouldn't grow in that area.
I don't know.
I'm positive. I don't even have to look that up, people. I don't even have to look that up.
Do you want me... Should I fact check?
Yeah, no,
okay, live... We're taking it to the live fact check?
While had playing, Jamie was just beating up a bunch of people.
So this is what I was confused about. I confused with the leader guy with Harix, right?
Oh, got you.
Who does show up. So my apologies. Harix can kind of get it too, honestly.
Oh, when I first saw him, I was like, that looks like Robin Williams. His face looks like Robin.
Yeah, I totally
especially
get that.
With the hat and the beard, and it's like when Robin Williams was in oh my god,
Jumanji.
Yes, that, and also when he was Captain Hook. Right. He wasn't Captain Hook, but he was the whatever with the Lost Boys. Why am I blanking? Peter Pan, whatever the actual movie was called. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
What is it? I never saw those.
What? Which version? There's so many. You've never seen Peter Pan?
Mm-mm.
I think it's a solid watch. I think it's good. I think the old, like, actual animation, I think is a good one. I would recommend it. It's not one that I have an emotional attachment to, but it's definitely... Yeah, I guess it just depends. What did you guys grow up with? Anybody listening out here, just reminisce. Just think to yourself.
Yeah, just tell us. We'll leave a little blank
email us. Let us know.
And then we'll go, ready, wait for it. Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
That's cool.
That's so nice.
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks, guys.
Just to go back to Lemonade for a moment.
Yes.
And continue to avoid talking about what's happening on the screen. Lemonade debuted in Paris on August 20th, 1630. Wow. It was made of sparkling water, lemon juice, and honey. And
that's probably so fresh.
Vendors sold it from tanks strapped to their backs. That's a good sketch.
Awesome.
We should really...
To just go around and...
Because, like, imagine, like, I'm thinking about, like, at, like, a Yankee game when they're like, be he.
Oh,
yeah. Be he. It's like... lemonade off their back.
Everybody, do you want to see Ashley in that sketch? Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thanks, everyone. Oh, my God. Stop.
Wow, look at all those cheers. Oh, my gosh. She's blushing, you guys.
So embarrassed.
Her face is red. What was the other thing? Oh, but it's not in Scotland.
Well, so now I'm looking at...
I'm curious if they have lemons. I mean, France has, tough winters. Gets cold over there. Back to Outlander. So...
yes, they do in the conservatories. So they can't just grow them outside.
Oh, right.
They have to have
it. It wasn't super popular.
Yeah.
People common folk didn't have lemons. That has a peculiar, a particular way of growing them. I do like this bonding as time goes on, Claire and
yes,
Jenny bonding over. Jenny, you gotta pop that baby out. Somebody broke their water. I do wonder if that is going to happen. I mean, we've talked about, pregnancy before, where I just want to experience what it's like being pregnant, not necessarily have a kid. But, also, I feel some people get, early induced labor. So then they don't get to the point where their water breaks or their you know what I feel? I feel like that's such a TV show and movie thing where, your water breaks, now you gotta go. Now it's so much more monitored.
Yeah, also that's so not really how it happens. Your water can break and then you can just be in labor for a really long time.
It's insane.
It's insane. Yeah, bodies are weird.
Yeah. Good thing, though, for Jenny that Claire's a nurse.
Well, yeah, but also I don't think she's a battle nurse. Even Claire...
She hasn't done anything with labor.
Yeah, it's I don't know. And, she hasn't been pregnant
She
herself.
said, no, but she's seen childbirth. You watch and learn. It's a classic you watch and learn.
Yeah, she's seen it.
Yeah.
I think in the books, I don't know if I think this whole scene is made up.
Oh, really? It's not in the books?
I think. But what I do remember is Claire helps birth a horse.
Oh, that definitely did not happen in the
show. So I don't think it's Jenny that she assists. I think it's a horse.
I'm going to find out.
Castle,
oh, wait, but it does say Outlander Book 1, Chapter 32, Jenny gives birth.
So maybe she gives birth.
But maybe it's not it says it's all about Jenny's birth and thoughts that come with that, while the show made this part. Oh, yeah, so the TV show made it all about Claire.
Right.
Assisting her, but the book is definitely just Jenny and her thoughts with her and not Claire assisting. How was that? Do you have a preference or thoughts, at least on the different way they did the scenes?
Okay, I don't...
Because it does help the story move along in a different way, right? This was essential for Jenny and Claire to trust each other and form a stronger bond, and because they're strangers to each other in the beginning. They didn't know where each other stood. But once you help someone give birth, you're kind of...
Yeah, what's the word for when scenes, is it in something with a bottle? When a scene takes place in the same place. There's no other outside storylines or whatever. I feel like that's what this show is. It all takes place in Lollybroch. And sometimes I get restless with shows, with episodes like that.
I think you're right. It's called a bottle episode.
Ah, bottle, yes.
It takes place majorly... or maybe it is called something different. But I know what you're saying.
No, I think that's right. I think it is a bottle episode.
That's one of the TV tropes where it's designed. Designed to take up as little money as possible from the business perspective of shooting it, which is true.
Yeah, and sometimes scheduling and stuff. I'm sure
absolutely.
too.
Yeah. I also agree with you as far as I do find it tiring when you do stay in the same place or stuck in Lollybroch or the same location or the house for a long period of time.
I think it's on purpose. I think we're supposed to be feeling kind of how the characters are feeling, which is stuck, right? They're caught off guard in this situation where they're just trying to get through it, and there's a lot of obstacles in their way.
Yes.
So I like, back to your original question, I like that Jenny and Claire are having these interactions and they're having that time to form the bond that comes with sharing that kind of experience.
Yeah.
But something about the overall episode, it's not really my favorite.
Okay. Noted.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, no, it's not my later in season 1, more of the shock that happens. They're not necessarily like, you know, favorite episodes, but I definitely like the beginning, or maybe middle beginning, whatever, of season 1 most. You guys will know what we're talking about the further we move along. But yeah, it is also, well, my other note was that just with going back to the bottle episode of them spending a lot of time here inside, they were on the road for many episodes, and they are on the probably longer than they stay put, so it is a nice change of pace, and I do like how they stay put in that sense. So it's like it's also, you know, so yeah, we can relate to the characters more, I guess, and it like elongates, you know, time itself, and then it really makes you feel like you're there with them, feeling it, experiencing, going through it, all of it, whatever, and like, but it's just, there's definitely some things that are a little boring to me.
Yes,
like
no,
this
scene
to me,
is
and like
slow.
I like a lot of action, or at least more drama. Things are like packed in when I'm watching. Also, like, at least fill it with some sex. Like when just nothing's going on, we're just chit chatting. Like a lot of it, which I get, is political. Like they are dealing with a lot of it. Are, you know, mind games. You know, matches from like evil versus good, the bad guys and the good guys, where they're doing the British and like the Scottish and blah blah blah. But I like when it's just the energy picks up more.
Yeah. Two things that just happened. One was Horrocks was talking to Jamie and essentially was like, well, if you pay me, I'll keep my mouth shut and like I'll never come back here, because again, he's the one that knows. He could very easily be bought and told and tell the Watch who Jamie is,
right,
which the Watch can then turn around and try and profit off of that by telling Redcoats. So
which
Jamie's,
you know, they
like,
most likely would.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jamie's like, well, how much to keep you quiet? And
which
then,
again, how do you trust he's going to be quiet when you
not.
give us the moral of the show?
Sorry.
The moral of the show is don't trust anyone.
No.
Like, don't.
Kill your enemies. Sorry. I mean, 1700s mindset, kill your enemies.
Yeah, we don't condone modern day killing.
Also, I'm loving this time between Claire and Jenny, and Claire's like, tell me about being pregnant, and Jenny really runs through it all, like physically what it feels like, and then emotionally and the worries that you have.
Right, because Claire does not have a child.
Yeah. And
have we touched up on like Claire and Frank's relationship as far as they remind me? I don't know if they've stated before.
So.
Okay, so then I will not say anymore.
I'm not sure.
We're already aware that like Claire doesn't have a kid.
We've talked about it though. Yeah. Either way, also you have to remember, like, her and Jamie have been having unprotected sex for probably how long now?
Gosh.
Like almost a year.
Yeah, very good point.
I don't know, months
very good
upon
point.
months. So I'm sure in
so
Claire's
biologically,
mind,
we already know something's up. Yeah, because if you were fertile, you get preggies.
I mean, you never know. There's a lot. It could be chemistry. It could be.
That's true.
Him.
That's how nice.
It could be him.
And then, you're right. You're right. I mean, I personally don't think so. But you're right. You're right. I mean, I think his swimmers are fine. I think they're just.
Well, you shouldn't assume. You don't know.
I shouldn't. I shouldn't. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm sure that's going on in Claire's mind, and also like Claire. Especially after her decision to stay here and not go back through the rocks, like, she's looking to make a life with Jamie. She literally chose that.
Yeah.
Not because she didn't necessarily on her wedding day, right?
Yes.
Like that was an arrangement for other purposes.
Yeah.
So,
but they both really
I
want
think,
it.
her mind's probably there.
Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off earlier when you're going back to to pay that Jamie to pay that gentleman so that he doesn't reveal who his identity is.
Yeah, there wasn't really anything else to say.
Yeah.
Jamie basically was like, well, how much? And then it cut scene. So, I'm sure
he's going to pay Robin Williams.
Running a high bargain.
Seriously, guys, if you do see the character, though, you're going to totally know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I couldn't take those scenes seriously. Because I was like, he's going to break into a comedy bit.
Also, is there a movie about Robin's life coming out? I just saw
there was a documentary a few years ago.
Someone
about
playing him, like a biopic.
Oh, no,
biopic
that
biopic?
doesn't exist. That doesn't exist.
Is that a stupid question?
I think it's however you want to pronounce it.
Because I've heard biopic before, and I don't know if
I think I've heard both, to be honest.
Or if I'm just low class.
I think it's biopic.
Aww. So Ian's
but if you've heard it both ways, people pronounce things differently. Here, let's listen.
Also, while you're doing that.
Biopic.
Yeah, it's fine. There you go.
What's the British? What's the Brit? Can you be British? Maybe that's what it is.
Okay. I don't know if she's gonna do an accent. Oh, here, audio. Oh, here we go. So this is English.
Biopic.
See? Biopic.
Well, that said the U.S. This is the U.K.
Oh.
Biopic.
Oh my God, we're all
We're all jumbled. Now I'm all jumbled. I have no idea.
6 in one, half dozen in another. You know, I never heard that phrase until like a year ago.
This is my first time hearing it now. Thanks for sharing.
Do you need me to slow it down and break it down? Because the first time someone said it, I was like, a lot of words.
Do it for. I'm sure there's so many listeners who've never heard of this.
So it's 6 in one.
What's 6 of what?
6 in one.
Yeah, I know, but like 6 what? 6 like
just
ducks
6.
or 6? Okay, just why is 6 in one?
Or 6 of one? 6 in one.
Okay.
Half dozen in the other.
So that's also 6.
Correct.
Oh, so it's the same. That's
correct.
What it means. Okay.
Bingo.
Wow.
Samesies.
Woo. That was easy.
Anyway, Ian's like, hey man, I have some money stashed away that you could use that to pay it off this guy. Okay, and then he's like, I'm not taking your money, man. And now Claire's like, well, I probably should have told you this before we got married, but I can't have children. So she has essentially assumed...
She's so broken up about it.
Yeah, it's really emotional.
Because you don't know another thing she didn't know how Jamie was going to react to.
Yeah, and there's so much pressure put on women to be here to create babies.
That is your purpose.
Without any understanding that not everyone is capable of that, and that there are other things that give you purpose. And then what
does he say? Perhaps it's for the best. And he's trying to make her feel good.
I wouldn't want anything to happen to you or for you to suffer. You know he wants kids. Like, you know that is like a deep like need or want for him. And here he is being like, you know what? Never mind. Kids are stupid anyway. I don't want kids, stupid kids.
Oh my God, Jimmy, take your clothes off. He's just so affectionate to her and like trying to like be there for her in any capacity, and it is sad for him though, because he would be such a good dad. And I feel like before he was even, I mean, this wasn't stated anywhere, but I personally feel like before he was even with a woman, I feel like he always maybe kind of knew that he had a paternal instinct,
100%.
or that he was, you know, when even at a young age, you know, you're just like, you enjoy children.
Yes, and he's also a family guy. Like,
he likes a family guy,
family traditions. Yes. It seems like he had good relationships with his parents, which I think can sometimes...
and his siblings, everybody, you're right. He had a good relationship with almost everybody.
I think that can entice someone
Yes.
to want to continue that or recreate that.
Very good
Whereas
point.
someone who
Very good point.
has issues with their family might just be a little more hesitant. Not always,
absolutely, absolutely.
So Jamie's here with what looks like coin for Horrocks, but is also probably... Oh, never mind.
He's just a pirate. He just looks
He's
like a
just
pirate.
a Robin Williams pirate.
I can't.
So he gives Horrocks the money, and Horrocks is like, yeah, right, thanks.
Oh, of course.
He's like, but just... Sorry, actually, just one more thing.
Oh my god.
This is just gonna get me to the colonies, but I can't really use this to, like, make a living there. So, probably gonna need a little more money. And
was that really everything Jamie had?
Yes, I think that's
all
everything
his
Jamie
money?
had. Yes.
I can't believe it.
Without
taking the price off of his head has cost him so much already.
Yeah, and
Just
this isn't even taking the price off his head. This is just hush money.
You're right. Yeah, you're exactly right. Even it's just steps to get to that, and he's not even there. And oh my god.
So Horrocks is like, well, you know what? If you don't got no money,
you ain't got no honey. No,
I'm just gonna have to, I don't know, maybe have a loose tongue from time to time. So Jamie is reaching for his gun.
Oh, I thought that was the bad guy doing that. Oh no, you're right. It's Jamie.
Real low key, Jamie. He has no idea that you're reaching for your gun. Little tense.
Oh my god, we're gonna have what, a gun off?
Yeah, Horrocks has gotten a sword straight through his back. Jamie has his gun out because he's like, what's happening? He can't see who stabbed him. It's Ian!
Woo! We love you, Ian!
Yeah. See?
Don't forget to pick up the coin. Don't forget to get that money back.
Aw, poor Ian is shaking. He has not killed someone since the war.
Quite some time, yeah.
It is a bit of a different circumstance than killing someone during the war in terms of how one would process their actions.
Well, at least Ian had the balls to do it.
Yeah. And I don't think there's...
Is nobody even looking to... He's a lone wolf. Like, nobody would even look for the guy.
Oh, excuse me, for Ian. Yeah, no. No one would be like, gotta watch out for Ian. Is that who you mean? Or
No.
Horrocks?
I'm saying the guy he just killed. Yeah, like who is he? Well, we don't know. We don't know right now. Oh, that gets me. Okay, this scene where he's literally shaking and struggling to put his sword back in its holder. It just makes me like.
He's like Claire
so
after
sad.
there was.
Yeah.
Jamie's like, wipe the blood off.
Yeah.
Stupid. And Ian's like, I haven't killed someone in 15 years.
Yeah, that's a toughie. You should have just done it yourself, Jamie.
So Horrocks is a lone wolf, so I feel like...
That's what I mean. Like, if they killed him, if Jamie killed him, or somebody actually did something about it, so... like, till this point, like, who's really looking for him?
I think it's a slight red flag, because the other guys are. The Watch...
Oh, I forgot about that.
Are.
Yeah.
And so you kind of hope that you go, oh, I don't know, I saw him riding off.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. You know when, like, in movies and the cops come, they're like, or the bad guy, and they're like, what direction did he go to? I'm always just like, just lie. Just fucking lie. Just use your acting. Be like, oh my god, I saw him go down that way and then to the right. Yeah. Like, and then it's like, just say, really? Are they really gonna know? Whatever. Oh my god.
So Jenny is having some real painful
It's
labor.
nighttime now.
Yeah, this has been going on many, many hours.
And they don't have drugs back then.
No, and Claire also figured out in a previous scene that the baby's breech, and she tried to twist the baby around, and it did not work.
Yeah, that's a toughie.
I think Jenny's a little nervous. Getting to be a little...
This isn't the first kid, though, that she's had, but it is the first kid that's been in breach.
Yes.
So,
and even also, didn't their mother die in childbirth? Was it with Jamie?
Good question.
Maybe I made that up.
No. Let me double check that.
I thought he knew his mom, but maybe he didn't. No. Because he died. There's a flashback at some point of Murtaugh like walking up to Jamie, and Jamie was like 8 or 9.
No, she died while giving birth to Jamie.
Oh. Okay.
At least that's what this says.
Yeah, so I guess I was right. Maybe I'm remembering the flashback wrong.
Is this the right Jamie? I'm just making sure that it is
Sorry,
Outlander.
Ron, I dropped my phone.
Jamie's mother, Ellen, died in childbirth. Oh, you are correct, though. Along with the baby. It was a different baby. Jamie was 8, so it was not with Jamie. Okay. Wow, good job remembering, Ashley.
Thank you.
Sometimes I feel like there's so many details and also the family history to keep track of. That's the thing with Game of Thrones where I was just like, I gotta draw a map.
Yeah.
This is too much.
I literally did draw a map for a friend one time.
How nice. Wait, was it like a map with actual like houses or was it an ancestral tree?
No, of the Game of Thrones. Like the actual physical map to be like
with like the
Winterfell's up here.
Okay, got
This is down here. This is what's happening.
That's cool. That's nice. I love that opening sequence. The credit sequence. Yes. So nice.
So Ian and Jamie are back. The Watch is like downstairs in the den being like, hey Ian, can you quiet your wife down? She's like screaming bloody murder. And Ian's like, oh no. Because I'm sure he's concerned.
Yeah, and these guys are just like, could we drink some wine?
Could you just imagine, oh God.
They've never felt
just being in a 1700s home, like, giving birth by yourself.
I would be terrified.
Like,
terrified.
What?
That's a major thing with, there is no hospital to go to. There's no ambulance. If you have a midwife, if you're lucky, depending on where you are.
But it's probably just like,
but the fact of like doing it where nobody is there that has any of those, it was so common. How many people really had, you just had a midwife if you did, but like you're saying, family, if you had your husband there, but you don't know if things are going to go right or wrong. And like, for like, that's a thing that I don't know. In modern times, I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about doing any of the work. Like when you go skydiving and you're like, my tandem partner's got it all down. Like I don't have to, I don't even have to worry about landing. But that is terrifying to me because like being around people and that as a safety net and protective is definitely of importance to me. That is a huge thing. Yeah.
But it's crazy. Like you think about animals. They're just out in the wild in the middle of the woods popping out a baby deer.
Well, animals also do have complications sometimes.
I know.
Cows and horses, especially if you watch
but it's just,
what's that show with the doctor?
I don't know. Like the one in the middle of like a mountain,
There's so many vet doctors. I was so big.
I don't ever watch that.
Yeah, no, that's interesting because the animals are.
What I mean is there's an element to it of like, even if you don't consciously know what you're doing, your body knows over. To a certain extent what it's doing. Yeah. Which is just very interesting. Yeah. Like, it's going to happen.
I think also animals don't have, like, neurologically, or they don't have that fear that kicks in until a certain point. Yeah. Because then, obviously, animals know when something's wrong and concerned with them. They're like, oh, this calf's not out of me, and if it stays in here, we're going to die.
Right.
Like, there's definitely, they know when there's going to be an issue, but for people, like, it's just your mind, it's your consciousness, you're thinking about so many other things.
Yeah.
And animals seem to be able to stay on one track a little bit more. I don't know. Like, I was thinking the other day, I'm like, squirrels. How do they not have heart attacks?
I was thinking the other day, squirrels.
How do they not have heart attacks?
You're pitching the idea of squirrels to me.
Okay, get this, right? They scurry around. They
I get
acorns.
It. Yeah.
Oh, you know what's
But maybe they're built.
I was picturing squirrels.
No, I got it.
But yeah, like, you know, like deer or
I
guess.
Accommodate.
They're constantly startled though. How do they not have a stroke? If I was
know.
if you're walking around, you're like by a tree, you're just waking up, the morning's so nice, you got a bunch of acorns, and then bam, a giant. It's a human is a giant to you. They're just walking along. They have a dog. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
You hear the crunching of leaves.
I'm so upset I can't even remember words.
And then you scatter up a tree. But then you're like, fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like all of us get PTSD when there's like a robbery or something,
right.
and we have to go through years of therapy. Squirrels don't have to go to therapy.
Well, squirrel therapy. I think we need to. That's who wants to see Reena in that sketch?
I'm sitting there next, and then they come sit on that.
I would love to be in squirrel therapy. Like,
okay,
I relate.
I'm running this down.
So essentially this Terran guy is like, hey, listen, you fought in a war once. I've heard you must be pretty good at, like, I don't know, standing up for yourself and stuff. He's like, I have this little trip planned. You think you can come and help me? I'll give you some money for it. And Jamie's like, I'd rather not. He's like, but you're going to, yes?
You're going to, yes.
So Jamie's like, yeah, I guess. So Ian's like, well, I'm gonna go too. And Jenny's like, yeah, no, you're not.
Yeah, like, so you're about to have. Oh wait, so Jenny just said newborn, like, son. She hasn't given birth yet. Did I miss anything?
No,
how does she know it's a boy?
I think they
by
just
they
say
carry
it.
by how she carry. Oh.
Yeah, probably that, and also maybe she just wants, like, maybe
she only right. She's only had boys previously. She doesn't have a girl. We were introduced to her previous son. Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
So Jenny had given Claire this whittled, like, wood snake with the name Sony, which was his nickname for his brother, or his brother's nickname for him. I can't remember.
I think Jamie's nickname for.
So it's like a little childhood memento. And Claire's like, all right, well, go do this mission and then just, like, come back, okay?
Yeah, once again, they have to be separate. And we don't know if you're... See, that's also a thing, like, if, like, the man leaves the house, you don't know when you're gonna see him next. Yeah. You know, there's no cell phone you can call. There's not even a pager.
I have, like, anxiety to the point where, like, I don't know. I just always worry about people dying. That's probably not normal, right?
Well, you know, being in a car accident definitely made me, like, anytime somebody's, or just, you know, driving to, like, leave at night from your place, or, like, going to work, when I, like, always say drive safe, like, I need it.
Yeah, no, same.
Drive safe, you know, because there's...
I think I would give myself a heart attack if I had to just wait around without
so you need squirrel
phone.
Therapy.
Yeah. No, like, literally, like, in this scenario, I would not be okay.
You would constantly worry.
I would not be okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to function.
You've always been like that? You've always just been worry?
I think probably as I've gotten a little older and, like, you experience loss and stuff like that.
Right.
A lot of it is, like, awareness.
Have you done anything to kind of, like, calm yourself? To change your mindset, or to, like, techniques?
So, I mean, I've gone to therapy, just, like, in general. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of, so you call those, like, intrusive thoughts, like, those things they'll just pop into your head. Sometimes it's prompted, like, by someone, whatever, being like, oh, I haven't slept all day and now I have to go on a big ride, and you're like, oh, well, that worries me. I hope you'll be okay driving home, whatever. Mm-hmm. But other times it'll just, like, pop into my head, and then I just have to, like, it's kind of like meditation, right? Where you, like, acknowledge the leaf and you let the leaf fall, and, like, then you just move on with the day. So you acknowledge the thought.
very helpful. That is a very
just say
good...
that is an intrusive thought,
Yeah.
put a label to it, and you move on.
That's a very good habit to get into, though.
Yeah. I shouldn't say, let me backtrack. I don't think people are going to die all the time.
No, I know.
But, like, I probably
people
think
listening would be like, oh my gosh,
we
want to be in Ashley's head. What is that? No, I know what you're saying. Or,
like, I don't know, I'll just be like, wow, it would be really sad if that happened.
I think it's but I think it's a very common thing, to be honest. Like, I definitely think about death way more than I should.
Yeah.
Like, when you're just or was it a meme or something I saw on Instagram where they're just like, and you're just thinking about this random family member's funeral, or like, you're like, their death, and like, they're alive and well and everything, but your mind just goes there.
Yes.
And sometimes it doesn't even take a trigger, whatever it is, but meditation is what I've heard a lot from a lot of people. They do it, everybody does it in many different forms, but I've been hearing that so much more, and maybe it's just in my inner circle, but I'm like,
same.
Damn, I should be doing that more, because it seems to really help people.
Yeah, I am constantly thinking the same thing. I'm trying to work it in.
And here they gallop away.
All right, well, they're off.
It's raining.
To their mission.
Look at that.
Wow, it's raining in
raining
Scotland.
in the show.
How novel.
Look at that grass.
Wow, Jenny is really struggling to get this baby out. She's on all fours. Oh, boy.
You just have to, like, wait? How come she's not... Oh, I guess alcohol wouldn't be good. You don't want to make the baby
go
drunk.
to sleep.
Like,
that relaxes your muscles.
Pain,
that would probably
be... Yeah.
I wonder, I think...
There's no kind of, like, magical flower or leaf or something, Claire, that you can just rub on her stomach or something?
No.
Come on, Claire.
So she's like, I got some straw. It's like, I have hay down. Is that okay? Right? Wasn't that hay?
Yeah, that is hay,
Okay. Wow.
They do not shy away. I mean, the actors were quite close and personal with each other.
Yeah, I'm sure they're farther apart than they look. What do you think?
That first initial side angle.
I wouldn't want to, like, be on all fours and be like...
No, there's definitely... Oh, well, also, she's probably wearing something.
I know.
But, yeah, that's also a weird way to deliver a baby.
So, I don't think it's a weird way. I think that's the appropriate way. Apparently, for your pelvic floor and, like, the way your muscles contract and the way your hips align and stuff.
Wow.
The way we typically deliver babies in probably Western culture, or at least the US, is, like, one of the least effective ways, or, like, least ideal ways.
Oh, wow. How fascinating.
I've
never heard of that.
Yeah, now I don't know if that's... I'm not an expert, but I think specifically for your pelvic floor and stuff, there are other options that sometimes hospitals don't give you the option to try.
Yeah, what happens with the whole thing, where some people are giving birth in a body of water, like a tub, or they're in, like, a little pool, or they're, like, to help, I don't
transition.
Know. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That has to be a really beautiful experience.
I mean, it's probably more comfortable for the child because they're encased in water and fluids in your body, and then they're coming out.
Except I get wrinkle fingers.
Like pruny?
In the water, like, really bad.
Really?
That would drive me crazy.
Hmm.
I know I'd be in probably a lot of physical pain, but also I think it'd be really distracting. Okay, so it seems as though the men were ambushed. And that was a real quick scene. It looked like Jamie kind of realized in a moment that, like, they were stuck in a really bad place. And then it seems like they might have gotten ambushed. And then we cut to a beautiful baby.
That is a really cute baby.
Finally, the baby has arrived. I missed if they said it was a boy or... I think it might be a girl.
No.
Yeah, because I think...
Just no.
Okay.
No, I'll check that.
Just
I'll check.
That's a very pretty goat. Goats freak me out. I don't know. You know how people do goat yoga?
Yeah, I've done it before. So they wear diapers, and then they wore the place I went to. They were wearing diapers and then onesies over them, so they did look cute and adorable. And some of them were. I think they couldn't obviously sense when one woman had pets. She had dogs or somebody had cats, and they would go around those people more because of the scent. And if you're doing downward dog, they'll jump on your back. They never went on me, but they were
mean though.
One was chewing on my zipper.
Oh.
They're not aggressive, no.
Oh, okay.
They were because they're younger and also they're all female. They're not aggressive. I know, right? Women, not aggressive. So it was just it's enjoyable for people if
Maggie,
you're not.
It's a girl.
So. Oh, you were right. No, you're right. It's enjoyable for people who are intimidated or not used to yoga. It kind of lightens it up and makes it more fun and exciting. But I was like, back off, goat! I'm trying to do my
I struggle enough with yoga. I
didn't mind it.
I don't need a goat on my back.
Yeah, I just it's I've been there, done that.
Where did you do it?
Upstate New York. I don't remember, somewhere. Yeah.
Cool. I like the diaper onesie situation.
Oh my gosh, you have to. There are people who don't, or videos I've seen where they've done it with kittens or something, and they're not wearing anything, and it's they're gonna poop and shit all over the floor. That's.
I don't like that.
Not as a germaphobe, I would not want to do yoga anymore. That's not relaxing.
So Claire's on the step, with Jenny, and she's like, "Well, I'm a little stressed." I think the baby's probably a couple days old at this point. Jenny's trying to be reassuring. Also, I think Ian did go with them. I'm sorry.
Because he's not here.
Yeah.
Because initially Claire's like, no, you should stay here for the birth of your child. And then Jenny was just like, no, get out of here. Let me just give birth. Go do your thing. I don't need you here.
Aww.
She's a very strong woman.
Jenny is giving Claire these tusk bracelets.
Yeah, those look super cool.
That were her mom's. How nice. She's like, you're tall and you can pull these off. That's so sweet. So now I feel like they're officially close.
Yeah.
They're friends.
I mean,
they're
she's opening up about her mom to her, so she's
sisters-in-law. Oh.
She's not used to physical affection.
Claire
Jenny
just kissed her on the temple, and Jenny was like, didn't
know what to do. Yeah.
All right. Well, here comes Ian. Oh.
Just hopping.
Well, sorry. I guess.
We don't know. We don't know.
I'm sorry if you were watching along. I spoiled it. My apologies.
No, we still don't know who it is.
Well,
oh, right, because, now we know that it is just Ian, but we don't see
Ian and one
Jamie,
other guy.
Because Claire is worrying about, where Jamie is.
That has to be a really terrible feeling.
Yeah, she just sees the empty road.
Also because, at first you don't know that Jamie's not coming. You probably see Ian and think,
he's behind him.
Right.
Well, they're telling him that they were just ambushed, and other people were, other lads were killed.
Yeah, so I think that guy Taryn essentially was turning in the rest of the watch in exchange for his freedom.
So, see, look at that. Jamie didn't want to leave a man behind. Even of all people, it was Taryn. He didn't want to leave behind the Dick, who's part of the watch, that main guy, but now the Redcoats have him.
He reveals that the Redcoats have Jamie, and everyone is unwell.
Now we are all worried.
Oh
my
poor
God.
Claire. Oh, she's staring down the road.
Well,
all right.
That was that, everybody. We're now moving on to the scoring section.
So our criteria for our scores are as follows. Steaminess, plot, feminine power, costumes and set, and cringe factor.
Alrighty. Steaminess, I'm just gonna go ahead and give a 0.
Yeah, are we allowed to give zeros?
We are now.
Okay, yeah.
You're right, it's 1 to 5.
Right? It's okay.
Why did we never have
board.
0?
I'm on board.
There was just it's nothing steamy about her being in pain and giving birth, and nothing steamy about Jamie having to once again go through all this stuff just to keep himself alive.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 1. Here's why. I'm gonna give it a 1 because when Jamie received the information from Claire that she doesn't think she can have kids, or actually the way Claire says it is she can't have kids, and he was so understanding and supportive, that did something for me.
It did.
So I'm gonna give it a 1.
Okay, plot.
You go first.
Probably just I'm trying to decide if it's like a 1 or 2. Actually, I'll give it a 2 because we had the conversation where, right, Claire is telling Jamie that she has, trouble having a child, or she's unable to have kids. Jenny and Claire's bond growing, and then now Jamie at the end being like taken by Redcoats, and he was trying to like people off or whatever, and us being introduced to the Watch. For those major reasons.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think they were any like massive plot points, but they were, subtle, nice pieces of information.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll give it a 2. Feminine power. Hey, you know what? I'm giving a 5.
Yes, for sure.
For Jenny.
Yes.
And for Claire stepping up, even though she's like, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to give it my best shot.
Together.
Her taking the opportunity to be honest with Jamie and tell him that she can't have kids. And then also just for getting through the few days of like waiting for them to get back.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And bringing new life into the world.
Yeah.
Costume set. 1.
I'll give it a 2 for Jenny's like pregnancy
And
situation.
belly. Yeah, that's good. Cringe. I'm gonna give cringe a -2 for Jenny's husband. Why am I blanking on his name? Ian, thank you. For Ian, when he was shaking and had to kill a guy, which he hasn't done since the war. That was just tough to watch. I just felt really bad for him.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also like watching Jenny like
I'll be in pain.
and then Claire trying to move the baby. Yeah. So I agree. So I have 8 for this episode, and you
6. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us for another episode. We'll catch you soon for episode 14.